It's deep in the song of Irish pipes and in the rhythm of an Irish drum. It's in the melody of a flute and a fiddle, and in the trill of a plain tin whistle. And whether it's warm as nostalgia or cool as jazz, making Irish music flourish has been this man's lifetime passion.
I'm Paddy Maloney and I come from Dublin, the best city in the world. Up the dub, sir, here you.
Paddy Maloney lifted Irish music from the pub to the world stage with a band he called the Chieftains.
And by the way, we made it. 50 years of the Chieftains. Yeah, thank you.
Named for a book of Irish stories, the Chieftains back in 1962 shared a conviction they could make traditional Irish music to entertain a global audience. 50 years and 50 albums later, they're still doing just that.
How old is this one?
Matt Molloy, who joined in 1979, is the baby in a band whose longevity surprises even some music critics.
Can I read you what one wrote? They didn't sing and had no sex appeal. They sat down when they played. It doesn't sound like a formula for success.
When was that, by the way?
Recent.
Another one has they look like 6 cadavers on stage. One of the reviews we had.
It's just as well, you know, he doesn't come to one of our parties after the concert. He'd have a different view, mind you.
What they may have lacked in glamour, they made up for in teamwork. Among early collaborators were the Rolling Stones.
She walks these hills in a long black veil.
Keith Richards, he did a little bit of an interview for a BBC tribute programme that we did, and you know what I think about the Chieftains? They're a year older than we are. You know, funny, puffing away. They play this medieval music, I think, and it's...
Medieval music.
Medieval music.
Like musical zealots, the Chieftains found some of their own success in the strains of other music, at the side of other performers. Ricky Skaggs.
Get out your fiddle, Ross, and up your bow, play an old tune called Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Pavarotti. And Sting, to name a few. And from China to the U.S. Capitol, the group found its stage.
I wanted to spread the gospel about this great folk art, and that, for me, you know, is exactly what happened. It wouldn't have happened if I was still playing in a bar or a pub or something like that. It had to be on a stage, the major stage, you know, platforms throughout the world, and that dream came true for me.
Paddy Maloney's now almost 74, but for all his band's international success, he says, its soul is still here at home. Its roots in Ireland as deep as they were in 1962. Back then, the idea was to bring the music of the land, traditional, authentic Irish music, to the rest of the world. And 50 years later, the Chieftains are still most famous for sounding Irish. That was a concern when the Chieftains started working on an album to celebrate their anniversary, with musicians who did not all have ties to Ireland and were hardly household names.
One might think that for a man a little over 60 and a man a little over 60, looking back on celebrating 50 years, that the album you'd produce would be looking back.
Yes.
But this isn't looking back at all.
No, that was one thought I had in mind, just, you know, do you go back and start picking the best of?
You've done that already.
You've done it, you know. This was proposed to me and I was 50-50 about it.
The gamble seems to have paid off. Voice of Ages, just released, is succeeding on the charts and extending the band's reach. A collaboration with artists including Bon Iver,
my true love, she did not know.
the Decemberists,
Oh, the seas will split and the ship will head, and the sands on the shoreline will be shaking.
and country trio Pistol Annies, young enough to be the chieftain's grandchildren.
Come all you fair and tender ladies.
And I was able to pitch songs to them. It wouldn't be their repertoire. It would be Irish and Irish connected songs.
They're like a star on a summer morning.
Preserving the past while engaging the future is part of what's kept the group going for half a century. Maloney believes there's an Irish tune that fits wherever music's made.
All right, copy, go for bed.
Even in space.
And here in my pocket is a tin whistle from Paddy Maloney.
Last year, he gave American astronaut Katie Coleman a flute and a tin whistle to play aboard the International Space Station. He put her on the album, too.
And her hair sticking up in the air, and whistles and flutes are floating around, and she says, "This is Katie Coleman, wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day."
Thinking of an anniversary, Paddy Maloney once said he had another 25 years of playing to do. But he said that, we reminded him, 25 years ago.
Did I say that?
Well, here we are.
Oh, God. Well, I don't remember saying that, but that's amazing now. And here we are. And there's another 25 yet to go. I have a lot to do yet, you know, if the Lord spares me.
Next.